back again with some more readings. This time I'm doing a pick a card reading. First time I'm doing a pick a card reading, so I'm so excited. All right, so I have for the first this pink crystal, pile 1. I can't remember the name of the crystal, but it's about, you can decide with your energies. This deck, I'm going to start with the secret language of light. The pile 2, I have this sunstone. And for this pile, I'm starting with angels and ancestors oracle cards. For pile 3, I have this rainbow coated oracles. I think that's what you call it. And for this deck, I am using White Light Oracle to start with. Hi, pile 1. Okay, so we're gonna start your reading. Put your crystal over there. Let's get your first card. Energies the pile 1 need to know about. What do they need to know? I'll just take this one. Joy, 27. Sinners. Okay, that over there. Actually, put it over there. Okay, so I'm gonna get another card from Indigo Angels, Oracle cards. This is actually my first Oracle card deck. Love it. Helped me through so much. My whole spiritual awakening kind of stumbled into my life with this card deck when I found it at the garage sale. But that's another story for another day. Yep. Okay. That came out quick. Yep. Okay. Let me get one more. One more spirit. One more? Any more? One more? Okay. Oh, 2 more. All right. We'll take it. Okay, so I have nature. Learn something new. Compassion. And you are special. Okay. Let's put that over there. Yeah. Okay. So far, right now, I'm getting a vibe that this would make sense with this crystal as well. This is definitely about somebody is looking for their love, their true love, their soulmate energy. Picking up that you went through some challenging relationships and you're just in that mood of like, you're so fed up of all these energies that are not fulfilling, and it's more like unrequited love. The love is not reciprocated, and you are wanting answers from spirit about who's your next love when they come in, where are they, are you ever going to find love? So these are tarot cards I'm going to pull from the Wild Unknown Tarot. Let me just get all the cards and then we will do the reading. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's get about 4 cards. So the cards I don't read. I only read the uprights, Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun. Oh my gosh, it kind of reminds me of the Joy. Oh wow. Oh, so cool. Okay. Whoa. Father of Swords. One more, please. This is amazing. Whoa. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. That's not bad. Don't worry. All right. So let's begin with Joy. So I'm getting that you've been on the spiritual journey. Like you are in it, and you are like doing the work, and you are learning the lessons. You're reading the books, finding yourself, learning to love yourself, you know. But it's like you're waiting for that completion, that person to come in. And you like, I think you know. It seems as though you know that person is out there. You know, like you're having dreams, and you're getting signals, and synchronicities are happening around you, and you know it's coming in. But you're just kind of like uneasy, and you're kind of like going, well, when? I've been doing all the work, and when? And there's a part of you that's starting to get unsettled. But Spirit is reminding you that your person is coming. Your person is coming, and they're not just coming, honey. They're coming. They're coming. Like, you get this sun, and you get the Empress in your reading. And the middle of the reading with the tarot cards are Father of Swords is like King of Swords. This is coming. The messages are coming. But here's the thing, right? These three of these cards are pointing to me of that inner space, that inner energy, the divine light. So you've done all the work, and you have healed, right? But I mean, obviously, your healing is never finished. You're always healing. But you're reached at that point where you're ready to move on to the next level and in the new cycle, and get to that point of more expansion and opening up to more love and more joy. But I feel like me saying this to you is just a reminder, because you already know how this is going to play out. You already know that the moment you get back in touch with that space, that understanding of, you know what, there is my true self, my inner self, that true joy, that true bliss is never found outside of you. It's found within you. And the moment you remind yourself of that, and you acknowledge, hey, just being a little too, like, you know, you just, that needing to know, you got to let go of that. You know that. You know you have to let go of that. So this is like, for me, this spread is basically a reminder of, you are special. Keep doing what you're doing. Find yourself in nature. Help yourself to transmute that energy, that you know, that uneasiness of needing to know, needing to control the situation, or whatever it is that is just kind of reminding you of, my person is not here yet, or I'm lonely, whatever. And it's totally natural to feel like that, even after you have healed and done the work. It's totally natural to feel like that. But remember, as this card says, you are special, and part of your mission and life purpose, well, actually, the whole of your mission and life purpose doesn't necessarily have to do with that person, right? That person is just like an experience, or something that's brought into your life to help you grow further, grow more. Maybe right now there is a part of you that needs to grow without that person, And once that happens, then that person comes into your life for that next stage. So you've worked hard to reach a stage where you're at right now, and you're at that stage where you're probably meant to learn like that lesson without anybody around. And once you get to that lesson, which that lesson can only be learned if you meditate, you focus on the present moment, you get those wise messages from within, then that person is gonna just like come in with that information, those messages fast. They're gonna communicate quickly, and it's gonna I get a strong feeling that relationship is going to move along so quickly, because you are ultimately going to meet your person at that same energy level that you are at, right? So imagine like you are at that present conscious state of awareness, of that self-love, that being, and then you meet that person who's at that same level, because you're attracting up, you're attracting that energies that, very similar. It's gonna move very quickly. You have the Sun and the Joy card, right? You also have the Empress, and it's like the pattern in which this goes is that you've understood and you've done the lesson. You've worked on that healing. You've found the core of your trueness, of your beingness. You went into that state of bliss, of understanding and being in that state of compassion and understanding for others. And now you're ready for the new, right? But there is always more, as I said, more healing to do as always. And so you need to remain in that position for a little while. You were maybe a little too hooked on the idea of, I did the work, now I should be rewarded. And we are programmed like that from children, is to do the work up, study for the exams, do the test, and as soon as you do well in your test, you pay for the consequences, or you're rewarded with ice cream or video games, or however you were rewarded. And so you're so into that habit of, okay, I've done the work, now where's my reward? Rather than enjoying the process of learning, I'm not saying that you didn't, but through every stage and every step of the process, you should always know, if not to find that joy, but to be at peace with every stage. And what Spirit is asking you to do is to try and hold that resonance of being at peace with yourself in a situation just a little bit longer. Your soul purpose could very well be that you're holding peace for a certain space is meant to help shift energies that are all around you in all relationships and all aspects of your life. When you thought that healing was only for you, guess again, that healing wasn't just for you. That healing also had to do a lot with the healing of relationships all around you. You are special. You were meant to hold that space so that anybody who you are in contact with or in beingness with can also, their vibration can also be elevated and raised in their own healing, in their own process. You are helping to raise that collective consciousness, and you should recognize that your purpose is higher than just meeting somebody. And you will find that person is coming, so you're going to get that message. Empress is coming through, so this is total fertility, whatever it means to be in that full divine feminine mood, whatever that means to you. You're developing that, you're creating that. It's like you're the person who everybody comes to for that advice or that wisdom, or when they know that they could trust how to handle a situation, you just give them that extra, that gentle push that says, you could do it, whatever it is. But you'd be holding that, this is a space that you're wanting to reach at. And then the Ten of Swords is ultimately in tarot, that's like the ending of a hard cycle, a hard situation. an experience. But so long as you keep yourself in that mode of inner peace, inner joy, then you will end this cycle with stride, like in such harmony. It's not even gonna affect you as much. You know, you would be able to just easily observe it, see it for what it is, and just walk past it. So you're being reminded, you know, use your natural, the outlets that you have, learn something new. In every situation you could learn something new. But this card is also telling me that, you know, creativity and getting lost in some form of creative mode or action or experience, anything that you think you enjoy doing, painting, I don't know, planting, anything that your hands and require you require to use your hands and to get yourself out of your head, because the swords are also of the mind, right? Get yourself out of your head, out of your mind, and find yourself lost in that inner space of just being, and creativity will help you to get to that inner peace. You know, constantly ruminating over situations and relationships and lack of in your mind is what is really holding you back. And as soon as you acknowledge that, as soon as you acknowledge what those little issues are, you'll be free of it and you'll be able to be still in that peace. I mean, even for me, there was a point in time I would watch like tarot card readings like constantly, just so I could find out what's the next message, and I mean, at the end of the day, I'm an intuitive reader myself, so I already knew the answer. I just kind of wanted to give myself that small satisfaction of, oh, somebody said it, somebody is reinforcing it, and you know, like I would get excited every time I get the same messages in every reading from different readers. It would excite me to know that, okay, yes, I wasn't wrong. So, you know, all that time there's a little bit of doubt there that I had. So it's just a reminder that you have the power within. You just have to refocus, recenter, and they'll come in. So let's get some more messages from the Romance Angels Oracle. Okay. These came up first. So, right. You deserve love. So it's coming. You deserve it. So it is coming. Give your relationship a chance. And soulmate and express your love. Okay. So I know everybody is looking at this card and like, I am never going back to that relationship. This is bogus. This is nonsense. I don't even want to see that card straight away. Yeah, that's exactly the same kind of feeling I get to. But here's what you need to recognize with this card. I'm gonna start with this card. This doesn't necessarily mean, it says work on your partnership. This doesn't necessarily mean, when I read these romance angels, even though it says romance angels, it's important to remember that there are different types of love. And ultimately, all relationships, doesn't matter who it is, are based in love. All. Okay? It's whether you are bringing about love in each other or not is the question. And maybe your past relationship, there was not a mutual give and take of effort, romantically or spiritually or whatever. Maybe you felt like you were doing more in your relationship, whoever the viewer is. But this is not about getting back with them. This is about healing that relationship. in whichever form. It doesn't mean that you have to be with them to heal it. It doesn't mean that you have to get back into a relationship with them. It just means that you can't move on to a new relationship, right, without first healing yourself within this relationship. If you can't heal yourself within this relationship, the next relationship you'll be attracting or finding yourself in, you're going to find the same lesson or same situation coming up again. You're going to find yourself having to deal with that same thing again because it would have been a lesson you haven't learned. So you can't walk away from this relationship. Just know that throughout the process, you need to heal from it. So you could either go back to the relationship if you're being called to and heal whatever aspect it is within it, and then see if that person is willing to grow with you. And then you can decide, okay, I'm choosing to be with that person again. It's worth trying. But if you recognize that this person is, after you have healed the situation that triggers you in that relationship, after you have healed that, and this person does not recognize your healing and then can elevate their vibration or their energy to yours and match yours at the same energy level, then you won't even have to do anything. They would just fall away. They may be the one to be like, okay, that's it, that's done. So if your situation or your issue is with closure with this relationship, like for instance, they already did that, they already walked away, and you were left, hanging high and dry, then the issue that needs to be healed isn't to do with them. Their journey, their experience, clearly they recognize that they're not going to learn it in that situation with you. So it means that if it's only triggering you, then there is something there that you need to be honest with yourself and work through within yourself about it. So the fact that this is coming up means that there is healing within that situation that still needs to be done. There is some self of acknowledgement of maybe it really isn't to do anything with them. Maybe it has to, the situation is to do with them in that relationship, yes, but more so like maybe you're hard on yourself. Maybe you haven't forgiven yourself for recognizing the red flags, recognizing the subtle hints that you knew that you could have picked up on intuitively, like you naturally would, and you didn't in this situation for some reason. And you haven't forgiven yourself for it. So, certain things come up with that person in mind and that triggers you. You've probably gotten over everything else, but that may trigger you. So that's a really long example. Okay, so you are lovable. You deserve love. There's nothing more that can be said about that. We are all beings that naturally live to our core in a state of love and joy and happiness. We just need to recognize that within ourselves. We need to acknowledge that and recognize that. As maybe some self-worth issues need to be resolved here still. And these are pointing out that these are two things that maybe still need to, these are energies that you need to transmute. Maybe, this whole reason for coming to this reading was to recognize that these are the issues that needs to go back in, check in on, make sure. Do I still have issues there? And what do I need to work through in terms of my self-value, my self-worth? Why do I feel like I don't deserve love? Ask yourself the question. So once you get to that point, boom, baby, soulmate is coming in. Yes, this is your soulmate. So, again, you don't want to be attracting any energy, and your higher self knows this. Don't want to be attracting any energy that still have these issues to deal with, because you're going to take that into the new relationship. But you don't want that, because you already manifested your soulmate. You already manifested that soulmate that you desire that doesn't have this stuff to deal with. So, then you got to express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So when you know, the soulmate will come in, and immediately you will know who it is. And don't hesitate. Like, forget that game of, who likes who makes the first move. If you feel called to make the first move, express your love. Maybe you are always the person who is being pursued. You're being guided to move based on inspiration of how you feel. So, yeah. Okay, let's just get one more. This reading is going on really long. Okay. We're going to use Island Time Wellness to get some more messages. Whoop, whoop. So this reading was clearly a love reading. And a love reading about self-love. That bigger love that is more than just romantic love. And romantic love obviously did show up as a concern for you. So I hope you got your answer to any questions, any messages. Clarify any of these. Oh, healthy choices. Making healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. So this is kind of clarifying you deserve love. Healthy choices, maybe it's about you on the physical level, I'm getting, making healthier choices, and it's something as simple as going to bed when you're tired, not overworking yourself, making healthier eating choices, being guided to get up and just move around. It doesn't have to be exercise. Some exercise can seem as a chore for some people. So if you like to dance could be your form of exercise. Just get up and dance. Clarify. Right. Give your relationship a chance. Dragonfly clarifies. Be light-hearted, finding out things coming to light, adapt, change, heal. Oh, this is exactly what I was saying. Okay. So, right, it is about still healing some wounds within this relationship. And maybe some things still need to come to the surface about you, within you. And your spirit is asking you to be a little more lighthearted about the situation. Whenever this person or said situations come up, find ways to laugh about it. Find ways to be easy about it, to understand. I mean, it's kind of hard to understand if you find out somebody's been cheating or whatever, but to find ways and means of understanding. And you don't need to understand everything all at once, but what you need to work on is how it triggers you. What triggers you and how it triggers you. Once you acknowledge it, once you acknowledge what is triggering you, that immediately begins to transmute it, and then everything else after kind of leads you to how to work through that process. It's like magic. Flew out. Soulmate is coming in fast. Soulmate is coming in fast. You are like literally nearly there. You're nearly there. Just don't worry. Don't worry about it. Just be. Be in the present moment. So clarifying soulmates would automatically be clarified by abundance. Keep a positive mindset. Manifest exactly what you want, gratitude, bliss. And once you find your soulmate, your person, I think you knew. It's coming in fast, and it's coming in in a lot. Everything is going to feel so fulfilling, and it's like almost like you reunite with like a person that you've known your whole life, and they bring in so much joy. They add that element of completion to you. It's important to remember that no one person can make you happy or bring you that joy. No one person. It doesn't matter. You may think so, but it doesn't work that way. Their presence of being and existing exactly how you created them is what is bringing that joy into your life. So it's important to remember that only you can bring yourself into that happiness and joy. And that's when you find a like-minded energy that is on your same frequency. And so in combining that, divine feminine, divine masculine energies is what kind of makes you feel that completion of, So yeah, it's so nice. Okay, express your love. Do we need any more messages for that? Express your love. Go ahead and make romantic gestures. Okay, guidance. 2 cards came out. Talking, stabbing in the back. All right. Interested, conversing more, awaited message arrives, a text, call, email, hovering. Stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Oh, okay. So be prepared when you meet this person. This energy and energies around you are going to be triggered. Be prepared for that. That usually tends to happen when you find yourself in so much bliss and so much like joy. It tends to happen like that because it's like a lot of people like to see you, like to find comfort in knowing that you're suffering and in pain with them. Just remind yourself that when that comes about, you stay in your peace, you stay in your joy. Don't allow anybody, any energy to make you feel less than. You guys are going to be like a power couple is what I'm getting. And again, like if you've ever felt like you are somebody who already has been healing and doing the work, it probably means that you are somebody who does trigger people around you already, and you probably know that. And this is just like a warning to say, just be mindful that those things will arise. It usually does. You just stay in your power, you stay in your inner space, your inner peace, and you stay on top. Don't let these things, bring about anything. It's like a moth to a flame, right? The flame is so bright and alluring that dark energies tend to want to cling to it, especially when it's the brightest. And that's the kind of energy I feel like you'll be emanating. Like, look at how it falls right under this Empress card, this tree. It's like you're gonna be this light, and you're gonna be on fire. And these moths are just gonna be like, oh, I want some of that action. How can I dim that flame so I can get some out of that? Feel better about myself. That's what that's about. So yeah, those are the messages. Thank you for watching. Hi, pile number 2s. Okay, so it got really dark really fast. Starting with the Angel and Ancestors Oracle deck with you. I'll just pull a card from this deck to set the tone. Come out, wise one. Grow within your current situation. Let's get 2 cards from the Money and Law of Attraction deck from Esther and Jerry Hicks. Wise one, grow within your current situation. This card is kind of giving me a vibe of your question may be dealing with finance or career. That's kind of why I pulled this deck, to clarify. That didn't go well. Okay. 2 cards. Oh, yeah, that was quick. I do not need to have money to attract money. Appreciation and love are identical vibrations. Right. Yeah, let's do some tarot cards for you. Cards, please. Okay, so it came up in a reverse. 2 more, Spirit. Okay, 5. Okay. Anything else? Let's do some animal spirit oracle cards as well. Okay, so clearly there is some kind of situation pertaining to finances and career here. It's like you came to a realization that what you are currently in, what you're currently doing, is not your true passion. And it's almost like you have you came to a realization of what your purpose is in this life, and with that, because of your knowing, you kind of just want to okay, should I just jump for it? Should I just go for it? Should I just leave this situation behind and move on to that, whatever feels right to me. Now, I feel like yes, you're on the right path. There is that knowing. However, quite clearly it says grow within your current situation. You are being called to acknowledge the situation for what it is, wherever you are, whatever your circumstances, financially or career-wise, by acknowledging where you are and how far you've come in that situation, by acknowledging it, and not just acknowledging what it is and where you are in it, but the lessons you have learned up to this point. And ask yourself, is there anything else left to learn within that situation? Because you may be fed up with it in the sense that, okay, you're done, you're frustrated, you don't know how to deal with certain situations anymore, or you don't know how to get through to certain people, or confront certain aspects of your situation where you feel like you're being understood, you're being respected, or however. It's like if you don't resolve the issue within this current situation, you're gonna find it in another situation. In the very next job you come into, you're gonna find yourself obviously having to learn the same lesson. It's a cycle that's just gonna repeat itself. This card, I do not need to have money to attract money. You're being driven by fear here. So it's not necessarily like, okay, you know your purpose, or rather you know what you really want in life, what you think, what it's like you manifested what you really want, and you're ready to jump in and get it. You're ready, you know how to go about it, or at least you think you do, and you're ready to go all in and experience that new chapter. But you need to close the previous chapter, and a big part of that is your resignation, what your resonance with the energy vibration of money, of that financial aspect. Until you recognize and can respect the energy of money, because money is energy, it's a form of energy, and it is a powerful form of energy. It seems as though in our time-space reality, in this physical experience, money tends to be revolved around everything. And what this card is asking you to recognize is that it may be revolved around everything, but it may bring certain things into your being, your physical being, that may bring you a certain level of happiness. But that's like only small increments of time. Those are like only short moments. It's like when you get that new toy, or or whatever it is that makes you gets you excited. It's like, that kid who gets a new toy and they play with it for like a couple of days, and sometimes even like a couple of minutes, and then they put it down and they're on to the next thing. It's just like that. And then it's really all that momentum that builds up in getting what it is you want to get. And once you get it, you're unfulfilled again. So it's not about the money, attracting the money. That energy creates that within you. That money energy creates that within you. It's about attracting the feeling of abundance. That feeling of feeling fully fulfilled and fully abundant, and finding joy in your space right now that doesn't really require money. Ask yourself, how can you have and hold that resonance of energy and being at peace and being fully fulfilled in this situation that you're in now? How can you alter or adjust your vibration and consequently your attraction to what your idea of abundance is? Let's read the back of the card. You do not have to have money to attract money, but you cannot feel poor and attract money. The key is you have to find ways of improving the way you feel from right where you stand before things can begin to change. Again, this is exactly what I was saying. By softening your attention to the things that are going wrong, and by beginning to tell stories that lean more in the direction of what you want instead of in the direction of what is currently happening, your vibration will shift, your point of attraction will shift, and you will get different results. So yeah, as soon as you acknowledge that money isn't the source of all happiness, and as soon as you acknowledge that abundance also isn't, or I should say money isn't the only form of abundance, then you would recognize that you have abundance all around you, and the fulfillment that you're reaching for, that sense of accomplishment, success, and feeling rewarded for your efforts, it's right there within you and all around you, existing already. You just have to focus on it. And it's the fact that you're not quite so tuned in and focused on it is why you feel like there is a lack. And so you're attracting that lack of energy by being in that lack state, that state of lack. This card says appreciation and love are identical vibrations. So yeah, it comes back to this card where, look around you and figure out what around you can you appreciate and recognize that is a certain level of abundance that you had manifested for yourself before that you're living through right now. Every moment, every thought process, every physical experience is a manifestation that has come into being, that you have co-created with all those involved some time ago, and you're actually experiencing it now. And by acknowledging that and appreciating that, hey, I created this, I've come this far, and I have created this space, and that time when I was co-creating, I was reaching for that feeling of abundance, and recognize that you have created it and you have it. And so, if you don't learn to appreciate what you've manifested already, how are you co-creating an energy or a manifestation of appreciation of what you're gonna have? Like, it's like, why would you appreciate anything if you can't appreciate what you have right now? That's kind of like what I'm getting. Appreciation and love are identical vibrations. Appreciation is a vibration of alignment with who you are. Appreciation is the absence of everything that feels bad and the presence of everything that feels good. When you focus upon what you want to, when you tell the story of how you want your life to be, you will come closer and closer to the vicinity of appreciation. And when you reach it, it will pull you toward all things that you consider to be good in a very powerful way. Okay. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Let me get the message on that card. Wise. Okay, so the message for Wise One. Yeah. Knuckle down. Be reliable and committed. Be open to wisdom and insights from your elders. The extended message. I'm just going to read the extended message. The wisdom of the wise one is based on something that the younger generation is often lacking: commitment and reliability. When this card appears, you are being guided to continue working on your growth and expansion within your current situation. Be committed to your tasks and projects. It can be very easy to get bored or overwhelmed, but persevere. You are being reminded of how it feels to be let down and experience unreliability, and that is not who you were born to be. So keep working on what you're working on, because it's going to be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. So yes, it literally means stay within your situation and focus. But more so, the message is not about the action-oriented part of it. Not about, she doesn't look like she's in action mode. She's looking like if I was to meet this lady, I would say that, she's in a state of stillness. Birds are a sign of wisdom and messages. And, long ago when they would send messages to one another, there was a use of the crow, and you just write the letter and send them off, and they would find whoever they are sending this message to. I don't really know the details how it worked, but it reminds me of that idea of being in that mode of waiting to receive the information, waiting to receive the message before taking action. And that is what I feel like when they say knuckle down and stay within your situation. It's about stay within your situation, go through the motions, and allow yourself in that position to be guided and wait for the message. Try and be still enough and be patient and be at peace with that situation so that you're in that position to receive the messages. Trying to action and, feeling as though you have to act or you need to physically do something to get to from one place to the next is kind of almost slowing down the whole process. It's just creating more lower vibrational energy and preventing the information from coming. It's like if you sent this crow with a message, you're sending this crow with a message knowing that this person or whoever you're sending it to is going to be in this time and this space, this place, and you're hoping that that it reaches them safely and in a timely manner. So sorry about all the noises. So if that person on the other end is meant to receive that message, they would be still, they would stay in that place and wait to get that message. However, if the person the message who is being sent to, if they find themselves going back and forth from place to place, it's going to take some time before they actually get that message. The message might be still there waiting in that still place for them. So find yourself in that still place and allow yourself to receive the messages that need to be received. That's kind of what I'm getting from that. So with the tarot cards, the clarifying is that this is 7 of discs, which is 7 of pentacles in tarot, and it's in the reverse, so it's unconscious. It's just that she's you are being patient. You are being patient, and but you're also, you seem very burdened and you seem stressed, like, oh, get over with it already. Just, she looks like she's ready to pop. And, if you can relate to a pregnant woman at like almost full term, that it's like, get out already. I am so ready to just have this baby out of me. That's how you feel. That's where, or at least that's the position you're coming out of, and you're acknowledging, okay, I really can't take this anymore. And you're finding yourself in a position of this crone, being spiritually guided. You're finding yourself in a position of, okay, I'm at a crossroads and I know what I have to do. Like I could see my path. It's literally lit up for me. But you're contemplating if you should stay, if it makes sense to stay. Like everything seems to not fall into the direction of whether you should, stay within your situation or not. But this card kind of clarifies that, stay still long enough to allow for the path to be lit up for you and the information to come in so that you know clearly this is where you're meant to be, this is where you're meant to go, this is the path you're meant to take. And this message is coming in, so don't worry, have no fear, it's coming in. Once you get to that point, just be careful. You'll be moving into an energy which is of the 3 of Wands, which usually has to do with conflict. As you can see, it seems like it's a lot of clashing of ideas and energies, passions and desires being expressed and having difference in opinions. You're gonna find that. Choosing, after you've been in such a situation for such a long time and choosing to go against the tide, go on the road less traveled, you will find that a lot of people are going to have their own opinions, and offer their advice on what they think is best for you. Just you don't you have to do what's best for you. And that's also the reason why you're being called to stay in a situation, feel it out. Make sure that when you leave that situationship, you are confident that you've worked through everything, you've done the best you can do, you've learned all the lessons you feel like that was necessary, and you've outgrown that space. And it always tends to happen when the universe tells you that you've outgrown a space. It would literally mean like, it's not that it wouldn't feel like it's unfulfilling, but rather it will feel like it's the same thing over and over again. And everybody around you kind of falls away. All the relationships and energies kind of fall away. So you're moving into, from this Three of Wands, you're coming. And so after you've faced and you've dealt with your difference in opinions, which you will come to, it's about just focusing. This is the Knight of Wands. This is Son of Wands in this deck, and it's known as the Knight of Wands. You're going to be moving quickly in the direction of what your purpose is. I think you already know your path. You've seen it. You've manifested it, and you know that that is just waiting for you to just grab. Be cautious in your movement. Again, this whole spread is just showing alarm signals, like, be cautious, be patient, take your time. You will have the energy and the fire and desire, and that's good. That's good to have that motivation and that determination, that drive to push you forward. However, real success comes to you. It never really is a easy journey if you feel the need to action grabbing your success all the time, that physical action towards. And that's what this Knight of Wands usually represents. A very action oriented card, going after your desires and your passions, and like you feel limitless. You just, you're going, and that's a good feeling. But you're just being cautioned that be aware along the way. Don't go so fast that you miss, the appropriate signposts that will guide you, so that you don't get into unnecessary challenges and hiccups. So yeah, that's just what it's cautioning. And once you get past that stage, the Justice card comes in, and it's sideways, and in sideways to the left means that it's an energy that needs to be more direct. And justice has to do with allowing things to unfold for itself. Mother Nature, things happening. The stream is flowing. Everything is in harmony, and it harmonizes according to its surroundings and what works out best for everyone. So again, caution yourself through this Knight of Wands energy, that forceful action, because like I said, success and true fulfillment comes in the art of allowing it to unfold naturally. Forcing it is just, adding resistance, and you're going to be pulling and tugging at your goal that you really want. Okay, so let me just clarify and put some animal spirit cards on the table to close up your reading. Okay. So this lizard energy, it's kind of showing me its background and the colors being almost reflected in the skin, the scales of the lizard, and it's like it's camouflaging. And what I would say this message is trying to tell you is that in your situation, sit back and observe. Be in observer's mode about what is going on around you. See if you can not draw attention to yourself, so that you can allow for, things to unfold. Try to pick up on the patterns that usually occur in that situation, whatever situation this is, and use those patterns to identify what the usual outcome is. You'll find that when you do this, when you sit back in observer's mode, those around you and those involved within the situation may come forward and be like, is everything okay? Why are you not doing this? How come, you usually do this? How come you didn't do this? And you'll notice that they would actually present to you how you approach situations, because sometimes you can't always see. You can't always see how you approach situations. You think you're approaching it in specific ways, and you feel as though, okay, that's most harmonious, but most times you can't see the color of a wall. There's a saying, you can't see the color of the wall if you're like literally this close to it. But if you take a few steps back, then you recognize, oh wow, I thought it was like blue, and then you pull back and you're like, oh, it's actually like teal or aquamarine or whatever. You see the true essence of and the total picture of what is going on. So also, his scales look very like flaky, almost like, in some parts are kind of black, but it kind of reminds me of how a lizard, it sheds its skin. Most, like a lot of reptiles do, I think. Yeah, snakes and lizards, some lizards shed their skin. That's what this is about. You're being asked to stay within this situation because there's some things that you have manifested in your future self that isn't attached to this old skin. You got to ask yourself what that is. When you see yourself in that space, in that future manifested you, that future self, what is it that is in that future self that you currently still have within your space? You're being called to shed your skin, shed that old skin, that old way of doing things. And as soon as you're able to do that, you'll find that, when those types of animals usually shed their skin, they come out and their new skin is so brilliant and so, like, the colors are so loud and bold, and it just is, there's a nice shine and, a lovely color to it. You're going to step into your light. You're going to be that star. You're going to stand out. You're also going to be able to recognize on a deeper level why you have such strong passions and desires for whatever, you're moving towards. You're going to have a new form of purpose and motivation once you step out of that skin, a new form and a new reason for going in that direction. That's probably why you're moving into this Knight of Wands. You're just going to be going so fast because there's going to be a newfound form of great passion for whatever you're heading towards. And you'll be coming into this peacock energy. This peacock energy is usually like, this is confidence. This is being able to state clearly what you want, how you want it, what you're about, and not just say it but show it. When the time comes to be able to, you know, you could talk the talk, but you will also be able to walk the walk. You will be in like a very confident position. You may come across shy at times, but don't dim your light. Be ready. Be ready for those. Be ready to step into that light. There are going to be a lot of eyes on you, I'm seeing, for sure. Yeah, okay, so we'll just take some crystal cards as well, just to get an idea if you're into crystals and the energies of color, how to use color to help raise your vibration. Like color in your clothes, the type of color you surround yourself in, the space that you're constantly in. You can use those colors to help you shift. So let's get some daily crystal oracle messages. Oh, wow. Okay. Angel Aura Quartz. Lighten up. Wow. Yeah. Just try to, be in observer's mode, but try to, see the lighter side of it. Just like this card said, show appreciation and love. Show appreciation for how far you've come, and really see if you can find a way by showing appreciation also to enjoy the process. If you can, laugh at yourself, laugh at the situation and make it something that, it doesn't have to be something that you suffer through. And you're probably saying, okay, I've been suffering through this for however long already. I'm really fed up and tired. But you can choose, you could really choose what you want your situation to be. And as far as right now, if you are feeling stuck in that situation, know that you're going to get out of it, right? You just have to know nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. So just have fun with it. This Angel Aura Quartz is usually a very powerful premium crystal. And it kind of touches on all colors of rainbow, as you could probably see in there. Well, most colors. And it helps to balance out your chakras and your energies. So this would be an excellent crystal to use through your process. Keep it in your pocket when you go to work, or when you're at school, or dealing with whatever situation this may pertain to. Tourmalated quartz. Get out of your own way. Yeah. This is giving me the vibe that you are constantly in your mind and premeditating every situation before it happens. You are probably like all in your head, talking yourself into a situation, creating a story and an outcome based on how it usually happens. You have the ability to create your own story. So, you could wake up in the morning, instead of telling yourself, oh, I got to deal with this person today, and it's probably going to be like this, and they're probably going to act like that, and that's how they're going to respond, and that's usually how it goes. Instead, wake up and be like, you know what, I'm going to have a good day regardless of what. They could just do what they are, but that's not going to bother me. And, whatever comes, however it turns out today, I'm just going to stay in my mode of observation and try to find something that lightens the mood. Try to turn around the situation, be able to laugh at it. Try to, learn to brush things off. What? That really annoyed me, but at the end of the day, this is what it is, and whatever that was said or done doesn't define who I am as a person and my capabilities and skill, and they don't know the true potential right now. They just can't see it right now. One day they will. Or maybe they don't have to, whatever, it doesn't matter. They don't play such an important role in your life that ultimately defines where you see yourself. So you got to remind yourself of that. Yep. So that's your reading. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe, share, put on the notification bell to get more messages. If you like what you saw, if this resonated, if it didn't, it's okay. Not all messages resonate, but really tune in and figure out what your energies are trying to tell you as well. So thank you. Bye. Hello, pile 3. You picked the Aqua Oracle. So let's get into your reading. I'm pulling a card from the White Light Oracle deck to set the tone of the reading, and then I'll be using the Wild Unknown Tarot for your tarot cards. I'll also be using the, what's the name of that? Indigo Angel Oracle deck and the Daily Crystals, just to get some extended messages and crystals and colors and all of that good stuff for your reading. Okay. Okay, pile 3. What do you need to know? Whoa. Okay, 3 cards came out. Oh, 4, 5. Wow. This is a big one. So much. All right. Alpha of Alcyone. It's number 24. That breaks down to 6. 7 Blessings of Eve. That's 7. Yishi Sogyal. Yishi Sogyal. Okay, the 333. Ishtara, Lion Gate, 888, and Alabaster Tablet of Layla. Wow. These are powerful energies. Like, I feel like your crown chakra is being activated on like whoa level. So you are tapping into definitely a higher realm. Your energy is, you're very advanced soul, and I feel like you are getting a lot of downloads like all at once. It's happening like super fast and all at once. There's a lot of light and a lot of opening, like your heart chakra is opening up. Like these 2 cards identify that. You are laser focused on some kind of goal. Like, you know, the tiger always makes me think of that focus, and the energy kind of like zones in on his eyes, and then the snake is just like going straight for it. You are like, you really know and have learned how to master receiving your intuitive messages, and I feel like you're leveling up. Now, usually I would read the messages for all these cards, but that's going to be like really long. Let me just try. I'm going to try and see if I could at least get like the first message. 137. Okay. Okay, Alpha of Alcyon. A positive twist of fate and a windfall of good fortune are destined for you. Brightness and hope will alleviate negativity and give you the strength to find your way through a time of adversity or challenge. Finally, you will experience peace, love, and deep connection with your true self and the universe. Good things are on their way to you. You've been through some tough stuff, man. But it's almost like you're awakening a part of you that, on a soul level, is very familiar with this type of unworldly experiences. And it's like there's a part of you that's known that all along. And everything is just kind of in this shift that's happening on a collective level. You're getting it like so fast. Okay. 7 blessings of Eve. A spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full, glorious manifestation. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have natural healing ability. Choose your thoughts and words so they reflect what you truly wish to put out into the world, because your influence is stronger and further reaching than you realize. Wow, yeah. So as soon as you get into your mode and you open up to this knowing, this understanding, it's like you've done this before. Your soul knows how to do it. You're going to be like, it's going to come so naturally to you. 33. Yishit Sogyal. Sound like a real Caribbean. Okay. You shall overcome all obstacles. Success is imminent, so stay connected to your path no matter what and continue to apply yourself. Allow your spiritual path to support you in all areas of your life. Live by your spiritual beliefs. Seek out the support of your spiritual brothers and sisters for help when needed, but also trust that you are intimately and directly connected to the powerful divine light within. There can be a dramatic healing breakthrough when you rely upon your spiritual connection. So while reading that, I got that you probably were on a path of your spiritual awakening, and it happened through strong religious background. And while reading the part where it says reach out to your spiritual brothers and sisters, you probably thought in that moment they won't understand, they won't get this because of their religion and their upbringing. But you'll know exactly who to connect to, and you'll know exactly how to communicate to those particular individuals. Also, it is reminding you that you are so powerful. You are like being divinely guided, but you have an ability to tap in to a source of higher intelligence that, like I said, as soon as you open it and you accept it, it's gonna come so naturally. I feel like you could definitely be somebody who would be able to channel energies and maybe even be a medium. Okay, so 44 to 18. Sorry, I'm just really trying to race through this because there's so much. I don't want to make the video too long. I lost the page. 218, right? Ishtara, Lion Gate. Your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms of consciousness and light. I said that. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter your world. Doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Yes. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance, and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something very positive. You are afraid to... It's like you're afraid. You feel as though you have to abandon your religion to a great extent. And with doing that, it's like going against everything you know, all that, you were brought up to believe, um, and especially the way and the stereotypes that are around, you know, going into spirituality versus this, you know, what you're accustomed, what you're knowing is. And especially if you have family and friends who are deep rooted in this religion or this background that you're coming from, you may find it challenging to step into this. Just know that so long as you operate from that space of that inner knowing, that inner peace, that inner higher consciousness, that space only activates love energy. So just know that regardless of what, once you're operating from that space, that love energy, you may feel as though it may be negative, and you may in some cases trigger some people, and they may react or respond negatively, but that's not their true self, and you know that, and eventually they come around. Just remember that everybody takes their own time to process and heal and learn in their own way. So be gentle, not only with yourself but with others, and be kind and respectful of their process, and know that they will come around. And you're stepping into your full potential. You know, don't hold yourself back from that. Okay, 41. You are remembering at a soul level. You are tapping into greater awareness and understanding of your higher life purpose. Into greater awareness and understanding of your highest life purpose shall become even clearer to you. This may evoke unsettling change within you, but that change is necessary for a new way to manifest. Wow. You are protected and guided at all times, especially when you feel uncertain about your course. You are truly loved. So yeah, it really just reiterated what I just said. You're meant for so much more, like such big transformations, like your higher purpose. You are meant to, your energy, just your being in itself. I'm pretty sure your being in itself, ever since you were born, was such a being that attracted a lot of lower energies. And that is probably how you recognize that you have something there, that you had to teach yourself how to deal with from an early age. And part of that, maybe part of your bigger purpose, is learning and teaching others how to transmute those lower energies, protect themselves. You probably are an empath. You are an empath, and you're gonna have to, you know, help through your beingness and probably your teachings, help others like you, or seeking that awareness and seeking to be more awake, and help them to reach that full potential. Yeah, don't hold back. Oh, let me go into tarot first. Let's get some tarot messages. No, too much. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. This came out first. I don't read the reversals in this deck. Okay. So you just recently realized You just recently realized what you're meant to do, your purpose. You've always known that you were meant for more. You always known that you were different. You're apart from the rest in the sense that your path never looked like the typical, okay, I'll grow up and be a teacher, or, you know, do the 9 to 5 job and whatnot, have the kids and all that. You've known for a while now that was not necessarily something that was meant for you. You will be the one to, it's like you're like a big, like you're the alchemist in your family, in your situation. You trigger people to change unknowingly, just by your being. So you have opened up an awareness of that, and because you've acknowledged that, it's now starting to cause a ripple effect of accepting this opening, this new love, this expansion of that heart chakra, that acceptance of all those inner feelings, inner emotions that you've been feeling, and creating space for new energies to come in, new information, new relationships that can help you along this path, because you have now recognized and acknowledged this path. And you're well on your way. You're well on your way. You're going to take the action to do it. You're well on your way, and you're allowing this to unfold naturally. You are you're in that awareness mode. It's like you are constantly in that present moment. I feel like your whole life you've known how to be present and feel, and moment to moment operate on a conscious level. So your biggest challenge here is, and you've been on this path, your biggest challenge here is facing your reality of, you need to now physically start taking action and moving towards that direction, that path. I mean, you've been doing the waiting and allowing for it to unfold naturally, but you need to clearly state, this is what you're doing, this is where you're going, and start to focus your energy more in that direction. Don't dismiss it when the topic comes up any longer, because when you do, you're gonna find yourself in a position like this. Red color represents that root chakra, that creative energy, that passion and purpose, and the flower is wilting. It's 5 of Pentacles as well, right? This may bring about when you start to ignore the signs that your guides are giving you, when you start to ignore what your higher self is trying to tell you. Eventually, your higher self knows what you want. Like, you want this. You want to pursue this. But for whatever reason, you're ignoring it. And when you ignore those signs, they start to manifest physically within you. You start to cause yourself to be ill because, and like this usually happens to me actually, like when I'm working and I know I'm feeling tired, but I usually just kind of shrug it off like, oh, it's fine. I could push through. I could work through it. And then I don't get sick. And then out of the blue, I just get so sick. I cannot get out of bed. I cannot do anything. I cannot function. And that's when I realize, okay, you need to slow down. This is clearly a sign from the universe that you need to rest. You're overdoing it. You just need to slow down. You need to rest. You need to stop. You're going too fast in this direction. And until I recognize that, I rapidly start back getting my health back. And, that process is meant for you to stop and reevaluate your path. So, if you continue to ignore what you're being called to do, you're going to find yourself manifesting lack and pain and and just not being yourself, not being your best self. This is really about learning to appreciate yourself and value yourself and just the way you are, unchanged. Let's get some angel oracle cards. I feel like, wow, your cards, every time I dealt your cards, they just like pop out in chunks. Like the messages really just want to come out for you. Expression. Wow. Expression. Stop hiding. Stop trying to, the messages are coming through fast for you. You just, and you're just ignoring it. Patience. Yep. Have patience with yourself. Be kind. Be gentle with yourself. You're probably concerned that you have all this information, but you don't know how to communicate it to those who you think you need to express it to. Just ask for the words, and when it reaches to that point where some of them don't understand, it's okay. Be patient with them. Be patient with the process. They will come around. Again, at the bottom of the deck is friendship. It's calling you to speak to those and find, communicate with those around you, those close friends who are highly spiritual as well. And they may be able to help you find the words to communicate to the others around you, Maybe it starts with them. Maybe it starts with talking to them and helping them to, or trying to get, feel them out, trying to get a sense of how they feel about it. And you may be surprised, it may be not as bad as you think, You seem like a quiet person, a very quiet, deep, like a person who's always in deep meditation mode. Not even deep thought, but deep meditation mode, deep reflective mode. You ponder on spiritual understandings a lot. You almost get in trance, like you meditate like in the middle of the day unknowingly, like sit and you're staring at like a leaf and you go into a deep meditation. And people kind of like, what is going on? Are you there? That's the vibe I'm getting. You seem like people may think like you're always in a daze, but you like constantly, like it comes so naturally to you. Wow. So, if you're not into crystals, or if you've heard about crystals and always wanted to get into crystals, now would be the time to go and find crystals to start meditating with, or start observing and feeling it out and seeing, what kind of energies they bring to you. So the first one that popped out was this amethyst. Trust in your intuition. And I mean, I cannot say it more. You've known this a while now. You've known what you had to do. You just need to trust. I feel like I don't even need to talk to you. You could probably read my mind. And then the other stone that came out is sunstone. Take pleasure in the things you do. You deserve to enjoy every bit of your life. You deserve to enjoy every process. You deserve to be yourself. Accept yourself, love yourself, and be your total self. This sunstone is a stone that allows you to not only be, but stimulates that creative energy within you. And it's kind of like, you recognize it, and you need to start utilizing that creative energy. It kind of falls in line with this one. Don't cut yourself off from what is naturally you. Allow yourself to be in that creative mode. Allow yourself to receive that fulfillment, that joy. You deserve that. You deserve that. You are so gifted and so powerful. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell for more videos like this if it resonated. If not, well, then this message is clearly not for you. I think with this reading, you would know if it was for you or not. This was very clear. This was guided to very specific energies. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.